I should say. You hear that? I'm so curious if you could hear that. Is if you're having a hard time grieving, it's much harder to get down into those vibrations and frequencies. And sometimes we don't recognize, sometimes we don't recognize what we're getting. Now, this is really important. I did tell you I broke last night, right? I like had a little bit of um, a big upset last night. So I wrote this really, I'm just going to like push this in front. I sat down, I wrote this little note to my dad and my brother. And I'll just read it. I need you guys today. Please show up for me. Dimes, hearts. I like, those are my two ways. I'm defining how they're going to come to me. I will, which is not normally what I would say to do. I wouldn't normally only say these two things, but I know that my dad comes to me in hearts and my dimes and hearts, and my dad in dimes and my brother in hearts. So I wrote that down. I had a bunch of meetings today during for my day job that I do. So I had a bunch of Zoom meetings. I'm doing them. I have one meeting. I get up. I have a ton of work to do for what I do for my day job, and I go. And in between two, I have one, and then I have another one, and then I have like another presentation I have to watch. So I am really back to back with getting my dog outside. So I was like, okay, the sun is shining. Let's stay in the sun, because normally I take him. I just let him lead the way of where we're going to go and how we're going to go, and let him do it. But today I was like, no, we're going to go over this way. We're going to stay in the sun. And he reached and so he goes over. It kind of goes far into a place that he normally doesn't go, and it takes him. And all of a sudden goes to the bathroom, and I look down. And it's been a spot I haven't been in a week, but I've been all over my yard, like you've been all over your yard. And I find this perfectly shiny, beautiful dime sitting in the middle of this place that I've always been, that I know my yard, just waiting for me, letting me know I'm not alone, letting me know that their presence was with me, helping. Sometimes, so what I did was this: I wrote it, I shut it, and I let it go. And this is one of my books. I know that if you've been watching me, you see I have like 5 of these going at one time. Also 5 books I'm reading at one time. And so I just shut the book and I put it off to the side and I let it be. I don't think about it. I let it be. And then in the middle of this rush where I'm like, I don't have a lot of time. I got to run over. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to get the dog on. I got to get back on. I can't be late. So hurry up. And there's the dime waiting for me in the middle of all of this. So it's good to define how you want your loved ones to speak with you. If you had a special affinity for anything, whether it be a TV sign or a radio show, or my dad is also, we were huge Bob Seger fans. So I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day, who was in Florida, and I was talking to her just on the phone, and I like, Bob Seger is playing in the background right now. Or I've talked to her on the phone and we've been going through the grocery store, and Bob Seger will be on the grocery store just in this, I know he's like a local dude, but he would come on in the weirdest places. And absolutely, that is exactly what, oh, I love that question. The key is you noticed it. So that's the part is really, really important. I love that, Nikki. Look at you. Look at you, Nikki. Good job. Is that you noticed it. I noticed it. I brought it in. So this is really important. Thank you so much. I really, as I threw it and lost it forever again. And it actually helped calm me down in this. So I brought it in. I held onto my coin. And I was very grateful for the sign that I received. I also knew that I may not have gotten a sign. So do they see everything we do? This goes back to what Susie answered, which I don't know. Susie asked, which I don't know if I answered all the way, and I want to make sure. When we go to the other side, we have jobs to do. Perfect. I love that, Carrie. And I'll share what you wrote in a moment. When people cross the other side, they have jobs to do. Some, if they worked well with kids here, they're going to work well with kids on the other side. If they may have decided to leave this earth via a death by suicide, they may help people who are in crisis try and not make those same choices. They may help the homeless. They may help people who are thinking that they're alone. They may be, and the truth is, and this is the hardest part, because what I see happen in a group, when I'm in a group level giving messages, happens on a global level. You never know who needs the message. I know that I'm not in control of what gets the message. I'm not in control ever of the message. I'm only the person who can deliver it. I'm the one who's fluent in that language of energy that's coming at me, at the universe, to understand what's trying to be said. So, wow. So I'm fluent in that language. And it's a language that we can learn. It's like, there's some people who are going to be able to talk, people crossed over, and there's some people who aren't, but who are going to be able to get messages for their life, and if they're on the right path. And what have I said from the beginning of time? And these, it's been years. I've been doing these Facebook Lives for years now, is in order to make sure that you have and get messages, you have to deal with your emotions, and your emotions of blockage that you've held in your life, or the pain that you've held on into your life, so that you can know the difference between yourself and energy that's coming. Now, our loved ones want us to know that they're here, want us to know that they're supporting us. And I do love that story so much, that that woman, there was a woman at a group reading who didn't believe, or didn't really know that that her mom was watching, and I was getting shown her mom screaming in between two worlds, trying to get her daughter's attention, trying to get her to see, what was that? Oh, trying to get her attention, trying to show her something. And when I showed up, there was a feather, and I put it in. I'm like, your mom is screaming, and you won't recognize that she's here. And here's a feather. This is what she's been showing you over and over again. And this woman started crying, because what ended up happening was, don't eat garbage, Riley. Come here. You want to come up here? I probably won't. I've been working with him not jumping up, and now I'm asking him to jump up. That's bad. Is that I put the feather in front of her, and she started crying, because there had been like a feather left on her doorstep every day for 40 days. And she just thought it was her mom. Oh, sorry, she didn't think it was her mom at all. But when I was talking with her mom made it clear it was her. So thank you. Everybody loves the hat, which I do love that. It's a great hat. It works well. It makes my forehead seem not as large. So I think that's why everybody likes a hat, is I look better in hats. Right, Keenan? My son just looked. He's like, he didn't say yes. I think he might be afraid of me. So, so did you guys hear today that there's going to be no school for the rest of the year? Yep, no school for the rest of the year. Those teachers are going to be working really, really hard. Okay, so, all right, let me see. I wasn't really planning on doing any readings today, because I was kind of feeling a little bit out of it. But then all of a sudden, as I got on and started talking to you, it feels really important. So I need to, I'm just getting my next book. I'm opening my next book. Yeah, it was like Riley led me to my message. Yeah. Beautiful lady without the hat. Yeah. I tell you, I went to my office to get my chair, because I only have hardwood chairs. Whew. I should have gone to my office and got my like white leather chairs. What was I thinking? Those are, if you've ever been in my office, I have these beautiful, beautiful white leather chairs. Dana, you're watching. Hi, Dana. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Sherry. Okay, so Oh, so Carrie, I wanted to say that I just saw her message there. When I decided to let go of the anxiety of the crisis in the world, my dog who has passed away came to me in the night, and also a soul who rubbed my feet. Can you tell me who the Oh, I don't know if I can tell you who that soul was, but I have to talk about a male father figure for somebody named Stephanie is what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing, I'm seeing when I'm doing this, I see somebody who was in the military. There also feels like uh, so it's interesting because I need to talk about, I feel like this was I hate to even do name of that. But so one of the things that I'm connecting with this is that there is an well, I am getting an old-timey name with this as well, as far as like it feels like there's a father figure and almost like a grandmother figure. So I'm not sure if I'm seeing the father and the mother, the father and the grandmother together, and grandparents together. There seems to be like this person has had a lot of pillar deaths. When I say pillar deaths, I mean um family members that there have been good relationship with. So that would be somebody like your parents, your grandparents, things that were like pillars that held you up within this world. So I want to talk about I don't know, I'm hearing a Franny, and I'm also hearing a Fred, but I'm hearing Stephanie as well. Now sometimes when I hear names, I want to kind of make sure that it's like intuitive psychic mediums. What the heck does that mean? I could be getting information for people that are also alive. So it's important to understand that they're going to do whatever they can to get me to you. So if these names are perking up, whether they're cross or whether there's somebody who you know who's alive, it's important to pipe up. So and I just got to marry. Okay, so it's funny because I have somebody as a friend here, Wendy, who's passed of cancer is what I'm seeing her passing of. She's coming through and letting everybody know that it's funny. She's wanting everybody to know that she's at her that she's at her right weight. I feel like she lost a ton of weight prior to passing without a lot of energy, and she's also coming through to let people know that I don't believe that she believed that mediumship or that there was another side like this. There was and she's wanting to give the message to her friends. This is very specific to her friends that she is on the other side, and she's making me feel like she's finally being heard by people, like she wasn't necessarily heard in this world. So she wants to give that message. That's one message. And I feel like she's making me feel like she was afraid of spiders or something like that. So I also want to talk about so I just saw this. Her grandmother, so hang on a second, but no Franny or Fred. Sorry, I do start to like, I start like every these, it's time delay. I need to talk, so I don't want to, I, so did Stephanie, so when I'm here, I'm seeing Stephanie with a father figure coming forward for Stephanie. This could be a father or a grandfather as I see that, but somebody in the military. Do you understand that? And I'll wait a minute because I know that there's this delay. That's the first thing I want to say. Um, the next thing I do want to talk about the grandmother Mary. So with her grandmother Mary and her, I feel that there's this, what are you guys watching? Yeah, not a good TikTok, yo. Sorry. I got pushed the other side I got pushed over to my kids for a second. So Stephanie needs to know that Mary is with her. She's showing me with her. I have a father figure is really showing me a father figure in military. I keep seeing this like uniform dressed up. So I'm not going to be able to place that person, and that's going to be sad. So I just want to leave that as that. There was one more question in here. So hang on one second. The military part is really important. Nicole, who do you have? I'm so sorry. Do you have a person who died by suicide? Because I'm also seeing that as well, and it feels like it's for you. I keep seeing the military could be a pilot as well. I mean, I just keep seeing that uniform. That's very okay. Did your grandfather have a medal or two on his chest that was right there, Nicole? Because this is what I see. It comes to me, even though you're saying grandfather, he comes to me as father. I see him taking more of that role with you than he was in taking any other role. And I feel as if there's this it's okay. It's so hard because there's so many things that come in and there's such a delay and I can't see you. So I think that I'm going to send out an email today. I'm going to send out an email today, and I'm going to start doing group readings on Zoom in the next week. And of course, then I'm going to be able to see you, and we'll just do full chat rooms where everybody can come in. So look for that happening, because I want to make sure. So I'm just going to give them some trial runs where we have this communication. I'm able to have like instant communication with you, and then we can try it out. And this will be a couple, so make sure you're watching, because I'm only going to do this for like 5 to 10 people at a time, and there'll be 2 to 3 of them that I'll do at no cost, because I want to just try it out. So reading on these are much harder, but I do definitely want to start branching out where we're doing virtual group readings. And because Nicole, I do see a father figure with you coming forward. There's a message, Nicole, especially I need to just say this with you, because there's an overarching theme. Because when they're showing up, they're all showing up to support you, because I feel like you've had a lot of pillar losses in your life. Like I said, people you've lost, people you haven't, people that you haven't been able to, it's been hard to say goodbye to. So they're coming forward, they're wanting to let you know specifically is that you're not alone right now and you're being supported. And with that, I have got to do something, and then there's a 6 o'clock thing that I got to jump on. It's a busy day. I will do my first group reading first announcement of my group reading tonight. So look for that. And until that, see light, be light. And if you have any questions or need to direct message me, please don't hesitate. Ciao. Bye.